Hello to the chicos and the chicas, excuse me. Today on the menu is going to be a fellow chess.com streamer, Tuan Minh. But before I go to that, a quick glance at what's going on at the leaderboards. The ladies section has had a dramatic event in round 9, and the Kazakhstan team is now in the lead. So super exciting round 10 and 11 ahead of us to see who will clinch victory eventually. Whereas with the men, wrong layout, senor. Okay, now we are good. So with the men, we saw India drawing or tying against Uzbekistan, keeping a solid lead. So I guess it's now India's tournament to lose. So one more time, let's have a look at the ladies. So this is it now, Kazakhstan in the lead. And the team pairings are going to show us Georgia versus Kazakhstan and Vietnam, Hungary. Hello. And India, China matches on the top boards once again. The show is just about to begin. But now let's go back to our hero, at least for the day, who is going to be none other than, once again, the already mentioned Chess.com streamer, Tuan Minh. An incredible bullet player and an incredible blitz player. Two genres that I personally, can't really associate to or don't particularly value too highly, but that's absolutely nothing to say that I would like to take credit away from the very humble grandmaster. On the contrary, I really, really highly respect his skill set. And actually, he got some criticism from a certain grandmaster who is on the hunt for anything, let's just say, disgusting. And said gentleman, grandmaster, claimed that Minh showed no proper results over the board and there was nothing there to impress. Well, guess what? Minh is currently on a performance rating of 2,800. No less, defeating several 2600 GMs and one 2700 rated GM. His most recent victim was Luke McShane, and with this video I'm going to demonstrate to you that on this level, which is 2600 and above, what nuances can decide the fate and the outcome of a game. So let's go. The opening is the Ruy Lopez, and I don't know if this was a surprise to Luke or what was going on here, but if you want to beat Bishop c5, which is called the Cordell Spanish or the Cordell Ruy Lopez, you play c3. It's just a non-negotiable period. He played castles, which is a far less ambitious move, which essentially leads to very, very symmetrical drawish scenarios after these moves. The queen trade is already on the cards and it yields absolutely zilch for white, who then plays knight a3. The idea is to come via c4, hitting bishop and the d6 pawn, trade, and knight e7. Now, at this point, we are already down to a handful of grandmaster games. Still, there is quite a few out there, so we are definitely following theory. But by now, white has compromised his opening play to a degree where any inaccuracy will let any advantage slip immediately. In my opinion, d5 seems to be the most logical move in order to shut down black's d5 operation. But there is not an awful lot going on here in this position. I slightly prefer white, maybe bishop g5, maybe knight c4. At least the pawn structure is a little bit better. But McShane decided to play knight c4, and now after bishop c7, he doesn't have d5 anymore because b5 is pending. So he dropped the bishop back, and after d5, I'm gonna say that it's now white who needs to watch out for not allowing black to obtain some advantage in this opening. Note that the check is completely useless, it just forces bishop e6. So Luke went knight e3. And what I really, really liked about Minhli's response here is that there are multiple moves that would stir the game toward an absolutely guaranteed and inevitable draw. One of them is castles. And after knight takes, let's say queen f3, bishop e6, total symmetry, forget about it. Like that, this is roughly where the players shake hands and walk away with a draw. And when you are behind the black pieces, in the context of a team tournament like the Olympiad, this would be the norm. This would be the most expected outcome. In fact, to some degree, I would even go as far as saying that knight e3 was already a concealed draw offer from Luke. Mainly goes, nah, let's have a party, baby. And plays knight f4, keeping everything alive, and also suggesting some kind of kingside initiative. Wow. d5. And that, friends, is an inaccuracy. And here I want to show you something, and this is what I was referring to when I wanted to demonstrate to you the nuances that decide games on this level. After castles, McShane plays g3, and after knight h3, king h1, queen f6, he's already clearly worse. What went wrong here? Wrong move order. He needed to play g3 first, knight h3 check, king g2, and now be ready to play d5 next. The big difference here is that if I drop back to g5 now, then I can actually play pawn h4 and go like, you had some fun with initiative, my turn, matey. You can grab an exchange, no worries. But now I am going to start firing up some play, and now it's your king that is not having a jolly good time. And with bishop e3, rook c1 to come, objectively speaking, this shouldn't be sufficient for a win for white, but now it is white for sure who is having all the fun. Now let's compare this to the game. In the game, McShane plays d5 first, castles. Now after g3 check, he went to h1. The difference is that now if you go to g2, then knight g5, h4, check, king g1, I take you, you take me back, and this is where things get dicey. I have got knight e4. My king is already safely castled, and now I'm just centralizing my knight, and I have got no problems whatsoever. Very annoying indeed, isn't it? So let's have a look at why he couldn't do this in the previous line. So g3 right away, knight g3 check, he, take, and we looked at knight e6 here. Knight e4, yeah, big difference, knight f5. So this is where you see the difference, that d5 castles being inserted allows black an extra level and an extra layer of safety. The king is very awkward on e8 because in the knight e6 line we walked into this check. Now we are looking down at the barrel of this check, and if we castle, ta-da, and the game is close to over, mate. Free horsey. Now check out the game once more. d5 was played first, castles, and now we have the same sequence. And of course, after king g2, here, check, here, take, knight e4, and white has nothing. Like, forget about that knight e5 and the knight f5 business. It makes no sense anymore. These tiny little details are the ones that decide the fates of games between 2600 rated players, and on a greater scale, they also decide the fates of medals, you know, potentially the winner of a tournament, a lot of prize money, or, you know, whatever the case may be. You get my gist. So that is, you know, what's below the surface that a lot of us keen onlookers often don't understand or overlook, or we're not quite, you know, engaged deeply enough with the game to pick up on these subtle details. And I really like this game because it had a fair few to offer. So moving on, g3 play, check, king h1, queen f6, and it's all Minley now. It's all just attack, 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 and freedom of pieces. This is where the Vietnamese GM is in his element like no other. Rook e8, brilliant chess. Queen f3 played. Bishop b6, very, very logical chess. And f5. I think somewhere around here I looked at dc. No, it wasn't here. It was earlier. Maybe here? No, I don't think so. Never mind. I might come back to that. Yeah, f5, knight g5, and this is where we reach the critical part of the game where I have got another few fun variations to show you. McShane plays knight g4, and essentially this is the final mistake of the game. Point of no return. After take. The English grandmaster never managed to get out of this spin and eventually lost the game. Now, maybe a slightly more resilient move here would have been Queen f4. Now, this looks like a horrific move here because of Rook e4, but believe it or not, the best move here is actually h6. Why? Well, let me show you. If we go Rook e4 right away, then after knight g4, now we can't take, of course, because check-in and the rook is lost. So we are supposed to go queen d4, right? Queen g5, rook takes g4, and now the queen can slide back to e3. An insanely clever tactical resource. The idea being that after take, I can play rook e1, and ta-da! Back rank mate. The rook is... sorry, the bishop can't move. Maybe I can go here. Hang on. Did I miss this? Oh, boy. I didn't even see this. Wow. And d7 is unstoppable. Rook d4, rook d1, rook takes, bishop takes, and d7 now wins the game for white. Oh, man. I didn't even see this when I prepped this game for the video. I stopped here. Note that if rook e4, then rook f3 wins the piece. Wowzers. And so, now you get the gist with h6, right? It opens up the back rank. And now we are good to go. Ouchie. That was a sensational line there. Wow, wow, wowee. And I think after h6, the best line also had a cool idea there. Bishop d2, rook e4, knight g4. And now we have got queen b2, so that's not it. Maybe h4? h4, knight e4, I think is looking, yeah, very, very, very healthy. So yeah, this was definitely a very interesting moment where after queen f4, rook e4 is not quite cutting it, and we needed to play a very, very clever cautionary h6 move to prepare operations. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. Check this out. Bishop c2, denying this, right? Oh, this is so good. And here, if I play cd, then there is knight d5, and then there is queen c6, and then there is bishop b3, forcing the bishop back, and here comes the clever stuff. Yeah, this is this is a fantastic line. I'm so glad I remember this. So bishop c2 is to stop both of these, right? You take d5, knight d5, queen c6, super obnoxious move. The knight is on. There is no other way to defend it than bringing the bishop back. And you would be like, yeah, ha, let's go knight rook e4. Let's not. Oops. And we lost the game. Knight takes e4 and check. So what's the winning move here? Just a casual developing move, bishop d7. And after bishop d2, the whole equation completely changes, because now after queen takes, check, I don't know where the king should go, honestly. Random, takes, and now we have got everything hanging, but most dominantly, or most notably, a checkmate. Ouchie. Isn't this check annoying? Oh. I was like, knight c5 blocks the bishop. Nah, knight d6, friends. And that's mate. Oops. Yeah, nothing to be done. White's best to stop the mate is h4 when we take this with the check, and we're gonna take the rook as well. Yeah, these are those little details that decide these games, and that's super impressive to watch. So once again, McShane decided to not do anything with this mess, knight g4, but once again, after the queens came off, Minh Le converted in a super impressive style, leaving no doubt about, you know, how good his position at this point is. G4 was played. I mean, rook f1 would have temporarily released the pain, but this is just a momentary relief, and there is nothing to be done with bishop e3. It's quite amazing that we had the exact same motif with reverse colors 10 moves ago in that previous line where I showed you why the early penetration, ultimately winning a piece for black on e3, wasn't working. Crazy stuff. So g4 played, rook e1, and this is as good a time as any to resign. McShane played rook c3, h5. Now mate is on the cards as well. Bishop d3, and after bishop e3, a few more moves played, and the Vietnamese GM pocketed another victory. I really want to show you how well he has been playing. So let's find Vietnam here. Oh, wait, why can I not click the teams? What? Oh, okay, let's go to board pairings. It's well worth actually seeing. Here we go. Vietnam, Minh Le. Okay, have a look, shall we? Defeated at 2026 first round. Well, nothing spectacular there. Beating a 2400, still nothing crazy. Drawing a 2500-ish. But there comes the fun. Beating Sindarov, 2677. Hello. Drawing 2618 Mateusz Bartel. Drawing Yu Yangi, 2700. Defeating, drawing Daneshwar from India, then defeating Aritarian, then defeating Luke McShane. Not bad. Performance rating 2804. Wowzers. Currently Minh Le is winning 29 rating points, which is going to put him ridiculously close to 2600. Good on you, young man. Good on you. Yeah, so that is going to be the final word for this this video. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. 2 more rounds to go, so obviously excitements are sky high. Super keen to see how it all is going to turn out. Luckily, it seems that the Danube River has also reached its peak in terms of the flooding, so relief is now on the way, and it looks like all the players, including the Australians, by the way, who are staying on Margaret Island, are safe, and yeah, the worst is already behind us. On that note, ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching this video. 2 more recaps to come. Please don't forget to like this video, to sub if you haven't done so yet, and to leave a message down below. I will be back with the next one soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.